Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 66.
welcome.
Yay. Today, we're going to talk about another podcast about the change of seasons
Yes.
and clearing the path for change. So, fall is a good time to clear your space, clear your home, declutter, and also energetic cleansing. Plus, this time of year and this year, we have a lot of changes coming up, probably,
Yeah,
maybe. Who knows
it's a
what's
season
gonna
of
happen?
season of
But
change and
yeah,
lots of energy moving, and
yeah,
it's just a
there's
good
some,
time
right.
to do some cleansing of yourself, of your home,
Yeah,
just in your spaces in general, because that's going to really help you a lot in this
right.
transition, especially with as much energy is floating around right now.
hmm
So,
Yeah, there's a lot of and you can feel the shifts happening. I don't know what's going on, but it's a weird
it's
time.
interesting.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
it is an
Let's just say that.
interesting time to be alive.
Let's just say that in our Midwest way. It's been interesting.
Yeah, we're being North Dakota nice here. So anyway, we both have some tips and tricks that we like to do when we clear spaces, like clear your home and cleanse it. So we'll talk about those kind of things. Of course, decluttering is always good. With the change of seasons, like if you change your wardrobe, put your summer clothes away and bring your winter clothes out. Here, most of us do that because we have cold winters,
Very
so
cold,
different
yes.
clothes that we wear in the winter than in the summer and spring and fall.
Mhm.
So I'm putting that off till the very last day that I can.
You
But
have a little bit of time. It's nice here.
yeah,
It's nice
I
and
have
warm.
some fall stuff, but you know, I don't want to put my shorts away yet and my flip-flops. I still have my flip-flops on today.
Well, good. It's 80 degrees. You're fine.
Yeah, I know. This week we have summer again. That's what's nice about our fall is we go to fall, close to winter, then back to summer,
Yeah.
and we do that a few times
Second
usually.
summer. Who
Yeah,
doesn't like a
yeah.
second summer? It's great.
Second summer, third summer, fourth summer. I'll take them all.
Yeah, they're all good things.
Yeah. So anyway, decluttering is a good thing. Go through paperwork, throw the stuff you don't need. If you have a stack of mail on your countertop like I do, go through that and throw away what you don't need anymore.
Just feels good
Um,
to kind of clear away all that
yeah,
old stuff, especially if it's stuff you've been thinking about for a while.
right.
Even if you don't, even if you don't think you're thinking about it a lot, that stress is still on you of that something that's just sitting there that's undone. And as you
hmm
get some of those things done and moved out of the way and put away and done properly and stuff, that actually causes a lot of sense of relief for yourself.
It really
And that
does.
sense of relief can kind of clear out that old stagnant energy to keep you kind of moving forward
hmm
in a nice way. And it feels good. It feels good
Yeah.
to have it done.
Yeah, yeah. And your home will feel a lot better. You can feel the vibration go up when you
Mhm.
do those things, decluttering. I like to wash windows, be in the fall before it's gonna be too cold to wash them outside. Do those kind of things, clearing your flower beds, your garden, whatever. It just feels good to get that stuff done and you'll notice the energy of your space. It will feel better.
It's
So
kind of paving the way for the new
yeah,
when you do that.
yep, for sure. Painting, doing things like that, you want to have it looking nice for the
That's,
next season.
and that's one of the things, freshen it up. It helps freshen it
Yep.
up, especially going into winter, you do want to have a nice fresh energy in the space so that because you're going to be
hmm
in that space for longer periods of time,
Right.
so it feels good to have those things done and just be able to enjoy
Yeah.
the space that you have while you're in it for us 8 months at a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, pretty much 8 months. Yeah. We'll be stuck indoors.
Yeah. But the physical clutter is one thing, and that does help with
Yeah.
the energy, but there are other things that are really important. For us, energetic clearing is very important because of the work that we do. And it's something that we do on a regular basis. So we wanted to touch on that with you guys as well, on some proper ways that you can clear the energy of your space, maybe clear the energy around yourself.
Yeah.
So that in this next season, things feel really good energetically as well to help you move forward.
Yeah, we have some tools out here that we'll talk about a little bit, and just kind of give you some little tips and tricks that you can do on your own that are really easy, and it really makes a huge difference in your space.
Right. With items that you can purchase pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
From Amazon to your local store.
Right. Yeah. So where do you want to start, Carissa?
Should we start with smudging?
Yeah.
It's something that people are super familiar with, but not everybody knows how to do in, a proper and best way, really. Right. And when we're talking about smudging, we're going to talk about smudging a space, and it's something that you can do as a ritual for yourself as well. Here we have just an example. We have Palo Santo wood, which is Palo Santo holy wood. It's infused with the resin of Palo Santo. And then we have a coconut shell, which a lot of people use an abalone shell, or even a plate, something where you can have, we're going to burn Palo Santo.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're not going to have any embers falling on your floor, things like that. So have something. For myself, I usually have a shell or a coconut shell, just because that's more traditional. And what's important is whether you use Palo Santo or you use sweetgrass or you use sage, one of the most important things is to get the smoke in every area. Yeah. And you and I were talking about this before we got on, is that as you're smudging, so it'll be smoking, as you're smudging, you're wanting to get the smoke into every single corner, every single nook and cranny. You want to open your cupboards and get it in there. You want to open your closets and get it in there. Every single area of your house, every single nook and cranny, you want that smoke to go into, because what that smoke is doing is it's clearing out the old stagnant energy, clearing out negative energies. It's creating negative ions and getting rid of the positive ions, which are like the electronic fog that we have all around us. And so it's clearing physically, it's clearing metaphysically and spiritually all at the same time. And with smudging, it's really important to also have your intention. Yeah, set that intention first when you start, and you can pray as you're doing it, or say your affirmations, whatever feels good to you, and just do that. Set that intention that you're getting rid of the stagnant energy and you're bringing in new, fresh energy. So I like to do Ho'oponopono when I'm doing it, and so I repeat, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. And just those 4 phrases, you keep saying them over and over, and do that while you're walking around the house doing the smudging, and I make sure I do it in all the cupboards, all the closets, all the nooks and crannies where energy can get stuck. So basements. Some people forget their basements, basements, stairwells. All those areas. And one thing that is a good idea when you're smudging is to have a window open. Yeah, because you want somewhere for that energy to go, the stagnant energy to go out. And you can open your front door and say, energy leave, or stagnant energy leave, or open your windows. Do it all, and it'll feel so good. Yeah, and that's another tradition that is done, is sweeping the energy out. And so that's basically what you're doing with smudging, is sweeping the energy that's negative out and bringing in that good energy to replace it. And so that's why it's a good idea to have something open, like you said, for it to go. Yeah, because there's a lot of different traditions that use smudging in slightly different ways. And so we're just kind of doing a general overview here. But also some traditions, they sweep the energy out, usually actually using a broom, sweeping the energy out and sending it out the door. So that's kind of what you're doing with smudging too, is you're sweeping it out with the smoke, and you're allowing that energy to go out of your house and to renew the energy in the home. And what I love about using smoke is that it does it energetically and physically at the same time.
Yeah.
And if you're physically sweeping, you're kind of doing the same thing too, because you're getting rid of all the dirt in addition to like the energy. So
Yeah. Yeah.
there are lots of ways to do it, but with smudging, definitely make sure you're getting in all the areas of your home.
Everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Another thing you can do is use essential oils. Um, there's a protocol that you can do with a few different oils that you go through, and I do it that way a lot. They have, I have one that's called gratitude, so I'll do gratitude first and then afterwards. And I do this in my healing room too. And then dragonfire afterwards. And they're just blends that are good to get rid of gratitude, you know, to be grateful for what you're doing and the things you have and all that. And then dragonfire really helps to get rid of any trauma energy or anything traumatic that's happened, you know. And it doesn't have to be super traumatic, but anything that sickness, stress, whatever that, you know, whatever is going on in a home, you know, you have arguments, you whatever happens, you know, or you maybe you need to zhuzh up your abundance or something like that, it's a good thing to get rid of. It'll get rid of that stagnant energy. So you can just go and spray it like you would with smudging. Spray it in the nooks and crannies and in the cupboards, and then everything smells fresh, and you can do it in layers. There's another good blend that's called Transform that will transmute that energy and bring in the good. So really you can use any of your favorite oils to do that with, essential oils.
Yeah, and you can get sage oil and Palo Santo
Yeah,
oil and
yeah.
stuff too. So if you want to do a more traditional cleansing, but let's say you're in an apartment or something where you can't burn something,
Right.
it would be a really good idea to get an essential oil spray, one of those,
Yeah.
because that'll have all of those wonderful effects
Absolutely.
of smudging as well.
Yeah, yeah, sometimes I'll make a blend of Palo Santo and sage just together and really smells good, and that's a good one. And if you're in an office or something like that, essential oils are really good to do, and rather than burning. Some places won't let you burn in an office, so always good to use. And you can do that anytime, really, not just at the seasons like we are talking about today, but anytime there's something going on, if someone's been sick in your house, or, you know, whatever it is going on there, it's really good to get rid of that energy and change it up.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And like we said, we use it all the time because of the nature of our work.
We
cleanse our healing rooms after every time we use them, and on a regular basis as well. So
yeah. Another thing is our favorite stones. You can use rocks to help clear the energy and to change up the energy. A really good one to use is selenite. And this not only is good for energy work, doing energy work on someone, you can clear their body afterwards with this stone, to just wave it across. But this is also good to change up the energy of your home. Like if you know that there's ley lines, and if you have energetic smog in your house, which most people do from Wi-Fi and all that, you can lay a stone like this, or a black obsidian or black tourmaline. Put those by your modems, by your electronics, by your TV, and it will change the energy definitely of the room. I use these because I've had my house, whoops, that was loud. I've had holographic work done on my home, and where I know that there are ley lines, and we live by the river, so there's a lot of energetics in our yard and our home. And so I've put pieces of this around where I know, like, if I don't get good cell service in a spot, I'll put selenite in places, and it really helps that energy, communication energy get better. So, um, it's a good thing to do. What are some of your things that you do with stones?
Well, I love selenite too, just because it helps to clear the space. It helps to, like you said, raise the energy of the space. I actually have a
Mhm.
selenite lamp in my living room, and
Awesome.
it's right next to where I sit on my
Cool.
couch every day.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, because I love selenite. It's such a uplifting energy
it
too.
really
It's
is. Yeah.
really helps to like reflect divine energy, and I just love it. It clears other stones, it clears spaces, it clears your energy, and
Hmm.
just holding it like just feels so good. I mean, just have it right here. I just feel better.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. It's awesome.
we both kind of felt that uplifting, especially when you were holding it. I was like, oh, I just want to
Right.
hold it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and so selenite is absolutely one of my favorites.
Hmm.
Like you said, black tourmaline is absolutely one of my favorites also, just
Yeah.
because of how it reflects negative energy back out and keeps it
Hmm.
moving so it's not stuck in a space
Right.
as well. And higher energy stones are wonderful to have
Hmm.
around it, like amethyst really calms
Yeah.
and helps to make the energy great in a space.
Quartz is one of my favorites too. I have quartz everywhere in my house
Yeah.
too. And we have a lot of it in our office, so
Yeah, I mean, we have
it's good.
rocks. We
Yeah.
have all the
We have
rocks.
lots of rocks. Always have lots of rocks
Yeah. And
everywhere.
then one thing that a lot of people don't know about
Hmm.
is when we're talking about stones for moving energy in a space is stone spheres.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And those are really wonderful to have in, like if you have a high traffic area in front of your house, like you have a road on your house, have one in like your front window or right by your front door, and that'll help like move that chaotic energy back out of your house. So you're not having
Mm.
that chaotic energy come. It kind of creates like an energy ellipse almost, kind of just moves it back out.
Yeah.
If let's say you feel like the energy is not really, it's kind of stagnant upstairs, if you have one by the top of your stairs, it'll help move the energy upstairs. So
Mm.
that positive
Yeah.
energy, that movement energy. So if you have different areas of your house that feel more stagnant or that don't feel as comfortable, if you put a stone sphere there, it'll help to move the energy of your house around
Keep the
it and
flow
keep it
going.
flowing.
Yeah.
Yes. So think about that. If you have any stone spheres, if you have different areas of your house that don't feel as good, try placing it in that corner of that room or that area that doesn't feel as great to move that energy, to flow the energy through so
Awesome.
it starts to feel better.
Mhm.
That's one of the tips that I kind of picked up and I talked about a little bit in my crystals class that I just
Oh,
did.
cool. Awesome. I have a sphere, a crystal quartz sphere on my desk at home.
Mm,
So it keeps the energy flowing. It keeps me from getting overwhelmed, I think,
yeah,
keeps the ideas flowing.
that's a really
So,
great idea. I
yeah.
love it. I didn't think about it, but I actually have one of my spheres on my desk upstairs
Do
that I've been
you?
working on my classes
Oh,
with.
that's
And then I
awesome.
have one that's in my living room right next to my selenite,
Oh, cool.
just sitting there
Yeah.
in my living room that, I
Yeah.
sit in every day. So
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. I was like, oh, I didn't realize I have one on my desk upstairs. No wonder the ideas just keep
Right.
going.
Yeah. And a lot of times you do these things automatically without even thinking.
Right.
And it's just natural for us to do things with nature and products that are natural to help us feel better.
Mhm.
Always. Yeah.
And sometimes
It's
we
good.
just intuitively do it, like you said. We don't
Hmm.
even think about it. And like, why did I even do that? But it just
Yeah.
feels great. So I love that I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Some other ones, where did I put that?
Right behind you where you can't reach
Where I can't get it.
it.
Um, so we have rattles.
You
They're
probably
good.
can't hear because Zoom
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of blocks the
Zoom will
sound.
block the sound. Yeah.
But rattles and drums
Yeah.
are
Drumming.
wonderful.
Whoops, I can't see. But drums are good. And the same thing, the same way you would do with oils or smudging. You just go into the different spaces and shake up the energy and it gets it moving.
Yeah, what I love about rattles and drums, but like using sound to move energy is one of my
Mhm.
favorite things. And you could do tuning forks or things too,
Yeah,
but these are more traditional tools that we like to use also. And rattles are wonderful because what it does is it breaks up
yeah,
the energy.
yeah.
So it breaks it up so it's easy to move out. So even if you do, you could even do layers. You could do rattling in the house or drumming in the house to break up the energy, and then you could use the smudging to move it out.
Yeah.
And that would be a wonderful 2-layer effect.
Mhm.
And it feels good even saying it. I was like, I want to go do that in my house right now.
Yeah. I think I'll do that when I get home.
I think I might.
Yeah.
And so just think about that. Like you can use it. I love to use rattles on people and myself
Yeah, I do
to
too.
break up the energy that's around, like in my aura. So like, let's say I've had a tough week or a tough day or something. I'll rattle myself all the way down my body on all sides. And that'll help really break up that energy so it can start to flow again.
Mhm.
So I love using sound.
Yeah, yeah. And you could use tuning forks or singing bowls or
Yep.
anything like that too to do the same thing. It feels so good.
Yeah, and when you do that, do the same thing where you have the window open, you're breaking up the
Yep.
energy so you can move it
Yep.
out and intend for that to move out with the sound. And so a lot of this stuff that you do when it comes to clearing the energy really has to do with intention. And so
Yeah.
setting your intention, saying prayers while you're doing it, saying affirmations while you're doing it, things that help you to feel like you're clearing your house are going to be
Mhm.
really useful for you. Um,
Yeah.
some people have things in their house that are a little bit more intense that maybe you can't do on your own. Well, people like us can help you with that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I
Yeah.
just did a house clearing last week for
Oh,
somebody that
awesome.
was really wonderful. So
Yeah.
that's always something. If you need an expert to help you, you're not sure how to do it. Obviously, we'd be there to help you figure that
Right.
out and help you to do that. But like for simple energetic clearing, just to make sure that you're renewing the space.
Yeah.
These are some really simple techniques and tools that you can use to do it on your own. And it feels really good to do it.
It
Once you
sure
do it the
does.
first time, you're like, oh man, I'm doing that next month too.
Yeah, yeah. And some little hints that you are ready for an energetic clearing or a space clearing. Maybe your kids aren't sleeping well, maybe you're not sleeping well, things like that. Maybe your kids are fighting a lot more often or things like that. You're more arguing in the house.
People are just like funky moods for no reason.
Right, that's a good sign that you need to clear the energy. So don't be scared to just do a little bit of it when when you notice things like that. Even if it's just one room where everybody sits, maybe you notice, oh, how come the kids are always fighting when they're playing in the toy room or in this certain room? Maybe that space needs to be cleared a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Wash your stones and move them around
yeah,
to a place that
yeah.
feels a little bit better to help move that energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Things don't like to be left in the same place forever a lot of times.
It only
You
takes
know,
like some movement.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So move stuff around, clear it up a little bit. Um, just change it up.
Yeah,
That
changing it
can
up
make a
can make a
huge
huge difference
difference.
too. And that's
Yeah,
another thing, when you're clearing the clutter, you are changing it up.
yeah, yep.
When you move your stones around a little bit, you're changing up the energy.
Mhm.
And that's the thing, even if you like, sometimes you can create a crystal grid in your house.
Yeah,
And that's something that I teach about and you teach about. But when you place your stones in different areas, that's almost like
mhm.
creating a grid in your house. And so sometimes you do need to have a little bit of movement and where your stones are to help keep that energy flowing, keep
Yeah.
that energy moving. And so just kind of doing that intuitively. Well, where do you feel like going today? Like,
Mhm.
pick up your stone. Like, where do you feel like being put today? And
Yeah.
then place it in that place that you're like, okay, I feel like it goes here today.
Yeah,
That can be fun energy. That could be a fun energetic thing for you too, because you get to play with your stones. Which who
yeah.
doesn't love that? Who doesn't love to like just pick these guys up and
Yeah,
just go, where do you want to go
yeah.
today?
It's fun.
I'm a nerd, but I love it. It's fun.
Yeah, it really is fun to do that. And you'll feel a difference in your home or your space when you do stuff like that. Um, I thought I had one more thing, but I can't think of it right now.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I think we've gone over a lot of different techniques and things that can help you in clearing your space
yeah,
and make sure that the energy of your space feels good to you so that when you're there during the winter time, you all feel good living there and being there and playing there and
right.
doing your homework there and all the things that you're doing because it's gonna be a winter
Yeah.
and it's coming up fast. So let's make
Yes,
sure the energy is great going into that winter so you feel great being in your home and your work and the different places that you're gonna have to be during.
absolutely.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you're watching this from a warm place, great. You should still do this because it's going to help you.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if you're coming to us from the north, where, kind of where we are, you'll understand what we're talking about.
yeah,
And it'll make a lot of sense to you.
yeah,
Let's have places that feel good so we can hole up in them in the
yeah,
wintertime.
yeah. Yeah, you want your space to feel good and be welcoming for people to come to and for you to come home to.
Yeah.
So these are some things that can really make it feel better.
Yeah. Oh, I had one more thought.
What?
You know how you're nice and cozy in the winter and some of us have fireplaces?
Yeah,
If you have a real fireplace, what better opportunity do you have to smudge your home than to
yeah,
place some sage or some sweetgrass or even a stick of
right.
Palo Santo in that fire?
Yeah,
Oh, that would be
that's so
beautiful.
good. Yeah, I do that.
Do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So if you have a fireplace, do that.
yeah.
She does that. I don't have a fireplace, so
Yeah, it's all good. You'll notice a difference and we'd like to hear about it if you do, so.
yeah, we
Yeah.
want to hear about your stories of what it felt like to do some of these things, or if you have questions for us, we're happy to answer those too, because we use these techniques all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Carissa, where can we find you on the interwebs? I
The
haven't said that for a
interwebs.
couple of weeks.
Oh, I love being old. It's awesome. On the interwebs, you could find me at Light of Hope Healing on Facebook. You can also find me on our collective Facebook at our SoulSpace.
Mhm.
And then I have a terrible website name, which is light dash
Just
of
the
dash
name is
hope
terrible,
dash
not the site.
healing dot square dot site. Yeah, the site's great. The site works really good. But it's a square site, and it's Light of Hope Healing with a bunch of dashes in between it, dot square dot site.
Yeah.
Light dash of dash hope dash healing dot square dot site. Good luck with that. I hope that you find it. If you don't remember that, just go to my Facebook and click the link there and you'll find it. It's
Yeah. That's easier. Awesome.
What about you, Tracy? Where can we find you if people want to connect?
You can find me at inspiredsignals.com. All my links to all my favorite things are there and my pages. I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Inspired Signals. And Inspired Signals Studio if you like artsy stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
She makes beautiful stuff. So go check that out.
Yeah.
Trust me, I keep saying, oh, I want that. Oh my God, I have to have that. Hey, can you make me one?
I have made some updates to my Facebook studio page, so
Awesome.
a couple little things.
Yeah, I'm excited about some of the new stuff you have coming out. You actually brought me one today.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited.
Yeah. I'm a printing nerd, so I like to paint and craft and print stuff. So
yeah, some of your paintings have been pretty epic as well.
Yeah, it's been fun. Fun to keep that creativity going. So
I agree.
Yeah. So we will see you next week. I hope you have an awesome rest of your week and enjoy here anyway. I know I'm sorry about the hurricanes in the south, but we are having a beautiful fall here.
It's true. It is beautiful. We appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, and that's one thing about when it's stormy season in the south. We usually get that nice warm weather here.
Yeah, don't worry, it's gonna flip flop in another month or two, and we will have the blizzards.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Sorry about our friends in the south. We love and appreciate you, and we hope that we hope that you're safe, and we hope that some of the stuff for those of you who are maybe stressed out